Good evening, everyone. It is I, Eibbor Nanahcub. Okay, that stung a good deal. Oh, gosh. And welcome back to another very special video. That's right. Today we're back with another birthday video today. Today being Chisato's birthday. The the seriousness of pastel palettes. You got Maya there too, but Chisato's the seriousness in pastel palettes. But yeah. So happy birthday to Chisato, and today we're going to be talking about the 5 reasons why Chisato should be your best girl. Moving on into number 5. Costumes. Okay, like we always say, can't start a video without having this at the base. This is the good foundation for starting a good 5 reasons video, because yeah, it's just a good way to get started. That and pastel palettes has a little bit of a harder thing to work for with the costumes, because I don't think they design any of them. Maybe Eve possibly like gives ideas, since she's a model, so she probably has some like fashion sense more than the others. Not saying that they don't have, not saying that none of them have fashion sense. I'd say like Eve probably has a little bit more like refined like vision on it, since that's her job basically. I don't know, but yeah, I think more or less the company they work for kind of gives them outfits for that kind of stuff. But hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Outfits still look awesome, and Chisato's always cool to see in these outfits, because it's the supreme seriousness matched with like elegant beauty is what Chisato radiates. It's like that little comic of talking about Arisa looking at Chisato like, we're the same height. Why does she have a completely different aura about her? Oh, Lord. But yeah, it's just because Chisato is she's composed. She always needs to be on point. That's what she's always been trained to do. She's been raised that way because she was a child actor. Like, that was her job, to be on point, on key, like in the mood that she needs to be in, or on the part that she needs to be. She's always been on there, and just seeing her in all these colorful, bright, and just frilly outfits and just flourish of colors, it's just awesome. It's a good change for pace for her, and just getting to see her have fun. I'm jumping into a different category. She's supposed to be talking about costumes, not she's out to being happy yet. But yeah, she's always got some really good ones. I still love pastel palettes. Dream Pressed one outfit, just the cake hats. That's the best thing. It's just great. But let's scoot on over to our next one. Number 4. Base skills. Alright, now this may seem a little bit odd because this is pretty low on the list. And there's a reason for that. It's like I said last time, it's kind of like the contradiction to Hina's. Hina did really good with it because she is a good, like, in that area, it's hard to, like, think of guitar in that kind of pop area. It's hard to put it like flourishes like Hina does in there. But Chisato is a much more simplified version because she's holding down the groove. But that's nothing to be scoffed at. Bassists always kind of get that like, oh, if they're not like doing like crazy stuff all the time, they're not that great. No. It takes a real good bassist to hold down a groove and just keep it going. And Chisato does that to a T. That, and also, this would be higher, but for the fact some of the other things still trump it, even though it's great. She learned the bass from scratch. All of them did. Aya's the only one who really knew, well, no, and Maya. Aya and Maya are the really only ones who knew anything about their thing they did, because Aya sings, obviously, but she's been training to be an idol, and Maya's a drum tech. She was not supposed to be in an idol group, but she got dragged in because she's awesome. As Mosky says, she was following her before she was even famous. Do you know how, like, what was it? What was the line? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Oh, I can't remember. I think she was like, you're so talented you got famous or something. I don't know, I can't remember what it is, but the part of Mosky's freaking out from meeting Maya. It's cute. But yeah, like just having to learn that from scratch after the pastel palettes first like live had their hiccup and revealed they were all just faking it, that must have been so like pressure intensive for her. I must have been so hard on her just to be like, all right, now you gotta learn this thing that you didn't want to learn originally, but now because of a technical screw up on the stagehand's part, you're under the public's eye and you gotta step up hardcore. And it's like, props to her for that. Pastel Palettes music may not be the like craziest when it comes to like instrumentation. They got some ones that are pretty busy, but nowhere near as hard like Afterglow does, or like what Rosalia does. it doesn't require them to go crazy with it. But still, like I said, holding down a good groove is hard. So Chisato pulls that off and sings at the same time. And she's already better than me. But yeah, just great. She's just a really good bass player and a really down to the basics bass player. She can just knock it down dead and still put some good flourishes in there, but just be on the point and be ready to be there. And it kind of works as her being like the serious part of Pastel Palace. She's kind of the bass for Pastel Palace. Haha, I said bass. It's a joke. And on that bad joke, we're gonna go on to the next one. Number 3, singing voice. All right, now this one is a good one. I'm really glad to see this very early in the game, because if you've read Pastel Palace's first band story, which was a long, oh my gosh, I just realized it was 5 years ago. Ooh! Does everybody feel old? Just me? Oh. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like, Aya and Chisato were at odds at first because Chisato did not believe in Aya's mindset. But having them perform I know it wasn't in the first band story, it was later on. But with Yura Ring Dong Dance, I think that's what it's called? I can't remember, but in Yura, having them do a duet together and having like Aya approach Chisato to do that, and Chisato, like, their voices work so good together. Like, Chisato is a good, Chisato is a base. She's the ground that Pastel Palace like stands on. Maya's a good support foundation, but Chisato's like there to be the just hold the ground. She's the ground. She holds the band up. Not saying like nobody else, like the others don't do their work. No, they're all equally putting together. But Chisato does so many things at the base level that helps show the others off. It's astonishing because, like I said before, in Aya's videos, most of the vocalist videos, Aya's voice is a very unique sound. It's very light, very airy, and very just. It's like a puff pastry. It's like it's like a delicacy that you partake in every now and again. And Chisato is just like putting chocolate syrup on that. Because Chisato, I don't know where I'm going with this, but Chisato is like an addition that adds on perfectly, but it's a good solid foundation at the same time. I don't know where the chocolate syrup came from. Maybe I just want to have cake right now. It's close to my birthday. No, but yeah, Chisato's voice is very powerful while still being kind of like on the same side as Aya, kind of light and airy, but still got that kind of like, it's a very strong voice and it's a lower key too. Like they're in the same, they have the same register kind of, but it's more, the tone of it is a lot more like darker. It's a lot stronger and it's a lot more prominent. And that works great with Aya because that makes like a perfect just match. Those two work together great. It complements Aya and Aya complements Chisato. It's like perfect. It's putting a cherry on top of a sundae. Chisato's the sundae and Aya's the cherry. There you go. There you go. There's a food analogy that kind of made sense. But yeah, and just Chisato's done quite a few more bits. I just loved hearing her sing. She's good. And again, singing while playing the bass, hard. And singing good while playing the bass, even harder. But yeah, she just always had like, I didn't like Yura at first when I first heard it, but I don't know, I guess it was just after hearing it a few more times and not getting it picked in lobbies all the time. I don't know why, because it wasn't like Fua Fua where it was like meta, but I noticed when I first jumped in, a lot of people were picking Yura a lot, and I don't know why, but whatever. But yeah, it's just a really good song to come in. I love that song out for them. And the video for it too is great. But let's go ahead and move on to our next one. Number 2, personality. Okay, now we're moving into a really interesting category for this girl right here, because I know I've said it before that Sayo's had the best development out of all the characters, and we've had a similar development to this too, but Chisato's also had a really great development. I love where Chisato's come from, because originally, like Yukina and Sayo, I didn't like Chisato that much because whenever the whole like live failure went down, Chisato's like, I need to leave. This is not worth my time. I need to get out of this. And they're like, well, you can't unless you're gonna be. You can leave, but you're out of our protection. You're going to get whatever the public have to say thrown at you. We can protect you here, but if you leave, you're out in the open on your own. And she was just basically forced to stay with the band, and she resented it. At first, she was like, well, this is just another job. I'll just get through it. I'll be a professional. We'll get it done and can move on. Get this over as quick as possible. But she's grown to love the band. and the girls in it. She went from looking at them as colleagues or business partners, and then into friends and actual bandmates. It's in such a great turn for Chisato, because she went from being this cold, like sterile, like by the numbers, this needs to be done this way, this needs to be done this way, no ifs, ands, or buts. Hard work assures dreams. Well, not even that. No, she was hard work does not always assure dreams. That was Aya's ideology, and she was vastly against it. She didn't understand that mind of things. She's like, no, that's not how it works, unfortunately. Because Chisato's seen the dark side of the world of, like, fame, I guess you could say. Because again, being a child actor, you've probably seen most people like who are very talented get the door shut on. I don't know, but Chisato's come so far. It's just awesome to see, and she's such a warm character now. She felt very cold and sterile when she first came into the game, and now she's just this. She's got so many colors to it. It's great. It's just nice to see that Chisato's coming. Especially the my main thing is the band story too. I always like to think back on that whenever Chisato is working herself to the floor, trying to make sure she keeps pastel palettes as a mainstay of her part of her life. Because again, they were going to dismiss the band and make them all do solo projects, and she was vehemently against that. And that's a full 180 from what she was originally doing. If it was like literally like it was old Chisato doing like, yes, good, finally we can get out of this and get done. But no, she literally was working herself to the floor to try and convince the executives, being like, no, please don't do this. This is important to all of us. And that's just, it's great. It's great. It's like Misaki. Misaki had the same thing with Hello Happy World, although hers is a little bit more like, I don't want to say self-centered, because she didn't want to be caught in the band. Whereas Chisato kind of had like external influences kind of forcing her to be there. But you know what I mean. It's a similar route. It's a similar route. But it's just such a good one too. And Chisato's turned into such a character too. I love it. But yeah, Chisato's great. I love her character art. I can't wait to see what they do more with her. But moving on into our last one. Number 1.
待って。お礼に一杯ご馳走させて。
礼には及ばないさ。いつになく取り乱す可愛い君を見られたからね。
気取ってないで早く座ったら、カオちゃん。
その呼び方はやめてよ、ちいちゃん。
All right, this one, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I had a little bit of a tough time with Perio, because you know she's still kind of new, so we don't know that much. We don't know all too much about her. And again, Mariette's only been with us for like what, a year and a half, maybe 2 years? I can't remember. I think it might be 2 years. But Chisato was a tricky one to put down. But then I thought of something. Someone on the Discord gave me an idea. They posted up a video, and I was like, wait a second. I just realized Chisato is the SASS queen. She is sassy. Absolutely so. And the best part is she's not outwardly sassy. She's very, like I said, she's very professional, very to the T. But whenever you get on her, whenever you get in her inner circle, like a few people have done, you get sassed if you give Chisato any lip. Like Kaoru. Kaoru is the main person we're going to be focusing on here, because Kaoru gets sassed by Chisato all the time. Just the use of the nickname Kao-chan is the sass, and just watching her just fluster Kaoru for just multiple times on end is just again, flustering someone who's usually composed and very elegant, flamboyant about their nature, and is becoming immediately like, I don't know what to do. Like, just Chisato laughing about that, taking joy, and just like giving. And she's done it to others. She does it to Ai. She does it to Maya. I can't remember if she's done it to Hina or Eve at all. I think they might be kind of like oblivious to the sass, because they're just so like so heartfelt with their way they receive emotions. So I think they're just like, oh well. But yeah, she gives Aya the sass, and she gives Maya the sass. It's just great to see. I don't know if she's giving any other girls the sass or not. But Kaoru, she gets bullied. Kaoru gets bullied by Chisato, and it's great. Oh man. But yeah, I'm glad that Chisato's coming around. And see, that's the thing. That's why I wanted to put this in with the personality. But wait, no, I gotta save it for number 1. But that's another thing. We never would have seen this side of Chisato if she didn't have such an amazing turnaround with her personality. Like, her character, like, obviously we probably would have seen it if she was in better terms, but she was in a dire situation that she was getting slandered, not slandered, but she was in a bad position basically. But now we have this if you get on her bad side, you're gonna get some bullying. Not in the bad way, she's gonna tease you. Oh, but it's just great. I love it. It's just hilarious. Again, being a Kaoru stan, it's just funny to watch Kaoru just immediately fall apart just because Chisato's like, okay, well, you're getting a little bit too out of hand. How you doing, Kao-chan? And she's just, and then there goes Kaoru's bravado. It's gone. Oh, it's great. I love it. It's just great. But I think that'll do it for this video. Once again, getting to celebrate another video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I sure did. Getting to celebrate Chisato's birthday. Once again, happy birthday to Chisato. She's a character that I have, like, it was literally the bottom three. I'm not even joking. The bottom three was Yuki, Nasayo, and Chisato. In no specific order. I was just like, these characters are... Because at least Misaki was also kind of down there, but at least she was still kind of funny because she was being dragged into this whole Michelle bit. And so it kind of had the comedy element there. And she had a quicker kind of like come to light kind of thing. Not fully, but she was down there. But yeah, those three are the bottom. But Chisato's definitely gotten way up there just from the change she's had. It just makes me think of the scene with Arisa and I can't remember if this is like an official comic or someone I found that a fan did. I think it was a fan comic, but it was with oh my gosh, what was it? It was one of the it was the blue and white. Oh my gosh, I can't remember what it's called. One with Chisato and Tai, and they had Chisato, Tai, Hina, and Kokoro, I think. Yeah, basically just the whole, just the rambunctious group, and just Risa and Misaki just carrying a bag together, completely overjoyed that they're just having a nice time with two serious people, not having to worry about it. And then just see Chisato being dragged along by the crazy group, and her soul's left her body. She's like, oh, I feel sorry for her. But yeah, once again, happy birthday to Chisato, and until next time, guys, I'll see ya.